For anybody who's horribly upset right now, and horribly let down, we are playing Injustice. It's still downloading. It's a big download. Originally, the original plan was Diddy Kong tonight.
Yep.
The ever elusive Diddy Kong.
We've hit now yet another Diddy Kong snag, Rich.
So what happened first? What was the first thing? I told you about Diddy Kong. I said it's like Mario Kart, but there's like a story mode exploration aspect to it.
And I said, oh, how fun. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a racing game. Let's get that. So, of course, step one, of course, is buy it on eBay and wait for it to come.
Oh, yeah.
So, it takes like a week or so to get
But it shows up. Like, all right, let's play Diddy Kong.
So, we bust out the old reliable N64.
Uh-huh.
And we get it all set up, and we say, let's play. And we hit the button, and for some reason, the N64 isn't even turning on.
Not even turning on.
It's the strangest thing. Where it's almost as if someone was literally smashing it to pieces.
Without saying anything ahead of time to you about it.
Or afterwards even, to warn me that my fully functioning N64 has now been completely broken. So that setback number 2, right, is the N64. It was being used as a prop for a while on Half in the Bag, and Mike smashed it.
Yeah. So that happened.
Okay, so we got to get a new N64.
New N64.
So, but you know what? I want to go a little bit faster this time, so I go to a local secondhand store.
Yeah.
And buy one there so I can get it like the same day. Like, oh, we are going to play Diddy Kong. I get that one, and then I'm smart, and I wait till I get home before we stream, not during a stream, before we stream, and it doesn't work.
Okay, yeah.
So then I take it back, and they don't have any other ones. So I get my money back, but no N64. So then I go back to eBay, buy one, guaranteed working. It is working. It's a working Nintendo 64 unit. We're going to play Diddy Kong today, Rich, but we can't find the Diddy Kong cartridge now. I can't. I was looking at home, and at home I have shelves, and on my shelves are all my stacks of games. My PS4 games, my Switch games, and then my classic games, all my cartridges.
Yeah.
And there's my big N64 stack, and I don't see Diddy Kong. And
I didn't tear this place apart. I cannot find it here.
But like there's a slew of N64 games, like I can see right there. It's not there either, and so now we can't find the game. We have a working Nintendo 64, but we cannot find the game.
So we have to change your plans tonight. And
a little last minute.
People have been wanting to see Injustice for a while.
The DC comic universe fighting game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to play it. It's got about another half an hour worth of downloading to go. And rather than delay streaming till 7:30 or whatever the fuck it's going to end up being, just gonna play a little bit of this while we wait.
Play a little Slay the Spire, chat about nonsense while we wait for it to download, which I think is a fine plan. I'm sure Diddy Kong is. I mean, it's somewhere. It's either here or at my house.
No, it's literally nowhere, Jack.
It's somewhere.
Went into the nothing.
You think that it was absorbed into the negative zone?
The upside down.
It's absorbed into the upside down. I did not return the other N64 with the cartridge still in it.
That's totally what happened.
Well, and I was very recently cleaning out my office, and I threw away the broken Nintendo 64 because, you don't need a broken N64, and I'm sure the cartridge wasn't in there because I wouldn't do that because, it's not like a disc. The cartridge sticks out of the Nintendo 64, so you would notice. It's under. It's got to be like under a stack of paperwork on my desk or something. Where I was like, oh, I'll leave it here, right where I know it is. Right?
Yeah.
Or it's here somewhere on a shelf, on a random shelf somewhere, and there's so many fucking shelves here, we're just never ever going to find it.
I guess.
So it'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Nothing will ever be fine.
Or nothing will ever be fine.
Everything will always be terrible.
Yeah. No, my kids wouldn't turn it into a toy. They have real toys. They would have no use for.
Not those fake toys.
They would have no use for like a block of plastic. They have other blocks of plastic that they play with. So I'll get it. I'll get it. We're gonna Diddy. We're gonna Diddy. It's gonna happen.
In the meantime, I'm gonna keep whacking this Birdman.
Do it. The zealot. Is that what his name is?
Sure, whatever.
No, he's the cultist. He's the cultist. Play PUBG and split screen again. You know what? I haven't been playing because of all of the goddamn cheaters. Every day there are new cheats for PUBG.
The most popular game on the internet. More cheats for it every day. How that.
And so I just like I can't feel good playing it. Seeing all those people cheating, where it's just like that would ruin my day. Just like oh no, a cheater killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, 20 minutes into like a really good game, getting down to the bottom. Oh, a cheater killed me. Well, you know why they're cheating?
Why?
So they can grind for the good items that are selling for hundreds of dollars. And so they're cheating to kill more people to place first to grind for the good items.
I have to.
Oh yeah, you have to. Mega strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Get drunk and play PUBG. No, not today at least. Maybe one of these other days. Maybe one of these other days. I know Fortnite recently like overpassed PUBG as most played.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are getting into that Fortnite.
Why don't you give it a shot, Jack?
I've played Fortnite.
Oh.
I don't know if I played it on stream, but I have played it because it's free. You know,
you should stream it. Huh? You should stream it.
Yeah, like it's fine. You know what? It's fine. It's different than PUBG. A lot of it was pretty okay. I think I might actually prefer PUBG, but it was neat. It was, it was all right. It's free though. Also, you can just like download it and play it. You need to install the Epic's game launcher. The Epic game launcher, but besides that, you just sign up with an email and it's a free game, which I think speaks really highly to it. And you can't bash a free game. Weirdly, I think Fortnite would be better without the building, but the building is what differentiates it. The building is what makes it, different.
Why not? We're a little bit crazy.
Sometimes you got to experiment, Rich. This is an experimental run. Play the top card of your draw pile and exhaust it. At the start of each turn, gain 3 strength. That's pretty nice.
Alright, so now I need less cards. Because that's how this game works.
Absolutely. In PUBG, you can earn real money from selling items. There are gold farms using cheats to get more money. That's the source of the ban China quasi-racist. Well, a lot of the cheaters.
Cheaters?
A lot of
those cheaters.
That was really close to a slur. That was really close to an unintentional racial slur. And I'm sorry, I'm a little tired today. It's been a long day. A lot of the cheaters are apparently from China because they are grinding for in-game items to sell for real world money.
It's gonna hurt, but just temporarily.
No. Check it. I unintentionally racist. Cheaters. I talk well and good.
Do you?
No. No/sometimes, Rich. No/sometimes.
The injustice will come.
Look,
if you want to know what's going on, show up on time, motherfuckers.
The injustice is downloading. We're playing this in the meantime. I can talk a little bit about The Shape of Water. I finally got to see The Shape of Water.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No.
Guillermo del Toro's new movie.
Okay.
You know Guillermo?
Yes, I know
He
Guillermo.
did the Pan. He did
Yeah.
the Pan's Labyrinth. So this is his new movie, which you may have heard about because it's about a lady fucking a fish monster. It's about a lady falling in love with a fish monster and fucking him, right?
So it's that,
It's that.
but without love.
No,
Or, but with the love.
But with,
But
the,
with
love.
the love.
With only love. And I have been really excited to see it. Like this has been on my list to see. I loved Pan's Labyrinth so hard, and this seemed like a return to Guillermo being like ultra weird and metaphorical and just doing whatever he wants to do. Right? This
Right.
isn't like big. This isn't Hellboy or Pacific Rim where he's like doing action schlock. This is him doing doing some weird arty shit.
Oh, dumbass.
Oh.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, you killed him, yeah. So I was really looking forward to it. Saw it last night and was pretty disappointed.
Yeah?
Pretty disappointed.
I'm very sorry.
I will try not to spoil any of it, but I thought it was very shallow. And, yeah, I thought it was very shallow. Like, I got done watching the movie, and I was convinced that I had missed something. Because it didn't it didn't click for me, and I was like, "Oh, everyone loves this movie," and I was getting award nominations.
Yeah.
And so it's like, "Wait a minute, that's it?" And so I look over to Lisa. I was like, "Wait, did you get it?" Because I didn't get it. Maybe I didn't get I was convincing myself that I just didn't understand it because I didn't like it, And we talked about it a bit, and she was like, "No," we went back and forth, and we realized, yeah, both of us got it, and I was like, "Oh no, then I don't like it."
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's too bad, but what are you going to do? Play the top card of your draw pile.
It's probably only worth it if it costs nothing.
Is that what the upgrade did?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, there you go. You do exhaust it, though, if you play the top card of your draw pile. Ooh, nice. Right at the beginning. So no, and you know what? There was a lot of good about the movie. Like, it's complicated as it always is. Like, the performances were really great. The monster effects looked fantastic. The whole movie looked really great. It had a great visual style to it. The performance of the lead actress was phenomenal. I just thought the actual story and characterization of the main character was super weak.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, you didn't even break a sweat.
No.
That's great. So, in any case, not a big deal.
I don't need it.
I think Guillermo won Best Director at Golden Globes, which he deserves. I believe that this is exactly the movie he wanted to make. So,
Normally this is great, but I just don't need it.
What are my thoughts on Michael Shannon's piss monologue? Another word. So shallow is one word to describe the movie. Juvenile, I think, is another word to describe the movie. Which I get because he's going for a fairy tale thing, and he wanted to definitely establish Michael Shannon as like the dickhead bad guy, right? What are you doing? What's your thought?
My thought is skip it.
Yeah, skip it. You don't need more cards.
You know what I think the flaw of this game is?
Okay.
There's too much encouragement to not have a big deck.
But there's always that temptation.
Here's all these cards! Don't take them! Oh God, don't take them!
But there's always that temptation, Rich. There's always that temptation.
I think at the end that's the fatal flaw of this game for me. Don't take those cards! No!
What is this card game? It's called Slay the Spire, and it's a roguelike deck building game, currently in early access on Steam. Yes, I know Lloyd Beats. I tried to convince Rich to change it in XSplit, but he decided that it wasn't important.
It's not important, no. Like, we got 25 minutes we're going to be playing Injustice. It's fine.
Rich said it wasn't important, and so we didn't do it.
Oh, you know what? All right, fine. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna fucking leave it.
You're gonna leave what?
I'm just gonna leave it. When Injustice is done, fuck it. I'm leaving
No,
it.
well then we'll change it again
You
because
can- you
we have
can.
that power.
You can if you
I'll do
want.
it. Yes, I do. I do, and I will. Because if someone comes in, you know, they want to know what we're playing. No, wait, it's off it again. Wait.
Why does it go off of it?
I have no idea. I don't know why it works. Rich is way louder than Jack. There. Fixed it. They're expecting proper names on the video that they're watching. No, Terry Green Machine. This is not one of those evil loot box gambling games that turn children into addicts. Those are collectible card games. This is a deck building game, which means if you buy the game once, you get all the cards right away without paying any more money.
Yes, you're not buying extra cards in this.
You're not buying extra cards that are better. You're not paying to win. You just have a random chance of getting every card. I've beat this game. Yeah. Just the once, though. I've only beaten it once. I'm going to get some more playtime in this week.
Rich's audio is much higher than Jack's tonight.
What? Can you look at the Zoom real quick and just make sure we're on the same number? Our numbers could have been switched.
Yeah, it looks like they have. I'm all the way at like 9.
No.
There, now
There we
we're
go.
about at the same spot.
Someone was messing with our shit and didn't change it back to how it was supposed to be. There we go. Now we should be fine. Zerker, we're going to play Injustice. Injustice is downloading right now.
Oh my god.
I know. They don't show up on time,
God.
and then they
Oh
get
my God.
confused.
Just somebody add a hackbot. And the next time anybody says Injustice, just put that message up. Jesus fucking Christ.
Thank you, Hackbot. Oh, that's my favorite one. Look at exclamation point late. Yes, they already talked about that thing.
Wait. Oh, I'm entangled.
Oh yeah, you can't attack.
That sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So we're Rich.
Yeah.
You and I this week are going to film an episode of previously recorded,
Yes.
and it's our first episode. It's been a while since we've recorded an episode,
Yes.
and during our we'll call it a sabbatical.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, during our sabbatical.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, that's a lot of different enemies. Oh my God! So what is that? 8, 13, 18, 18 damage into hex. Ew.
Sometimes I hate this game. Frequently.
You know,
Frequently.
I think that's it's going to be hard sometimes. It's going to be hard sometimes. So in any case, I took some time during our sabbatical to rethink my gear setup because I've been having some clients ask me about things like 4K video.
Yeah.
And, you know, for commercial usage, and all of my clients, like, very rarely do my commercials or videos that I produce for companies end up on television. But every once in a while they do. But mostly it's just, you know, like a video for their website, or a video that we're making for like an in-house presentation, stuff like that, right?
Right.
But everyone knows what 4K is, and so everyone always asks if I can do 4K. And, you know, for a long time I've been able to convince them that 4K isn't really necessary. Like, if you know, this is going on YouTube, no one's watching it in 4K.
Yeah.
We just don't need it. We just don't need it.
But they insist.
But they insist. Well, and, you know, it's the buzzword. And so I've gotten rid of my old camera, the camera that I've shot a whole ton of crap with. My workhorse that I've had for a while. I used to have a Panasonic AF100, which was my solid old workhorse, and I have gotten rid of it.
Okay.
Which is, you know, I'm not necessarily emotionally attached to inanimate objects, but you know, I got a lot of good use out of that camera. And I've changed. I don't do a terrible amount of shooting myself. Like most of, I'd say like 70% of the work that I do for clients is purely editing. But, you know, when I do shoot, they want nice 4K video, and I've gone full DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided to get the Panasonic GH5. They just came out with the GH5S, which is, you know, the new model. So the GH5 just got a price drop.
Yeah.
But they're very similar specs, but the GH5 actually has in-camera stabilization. So even if your lens doesn't have stabilization, there's actual in-camera stabilization, which I thought would be very helpful.
Jack, at this point,
Yeah.
I'm tempted just to not stream Injustice for the rest of the night.
Because they keep asking.
I just want to choke them all. I just want to choke them all out and just watch the life drain from each of their eyes.
Don't get suckered by the in-camera. Tiberius Kirk, it's not digital stabilization. They do have digital stabilization, but it's actual physical stabilization. It's not a ton, but just enough to make handheld stuff look smooth. I've seen the comparison of their digital, their physical, and the stabilization completely off. It looks pretty nice. It looks fairly nice. But then, so here's the important part as far as prereq is concerned. And I know, like, this, hopefully someone finds this interesting, because this is what I spend a lot of my time thinking about, is like the logistics of the shoot. So I just hope that one of you finds this interesting, because this is the only story I have for the time being, which is I need to now completely rethink my logistics for shooting prereq, which is a 3-camera shoot. So, you know, here right now we're shooting this on the Panasonic GH2. I have a GH5, and then, you know, we have a slew of other cameras here that I can use for our 3rd camera. But we're going to have to look at our options, right?
What?
They're keeping up on the Injustice stuff. It's
Of
great.
course they are. Of course
great.
they are.
It's great. In any case, here's something some of you might find interesting when it comes to hacking.
Uh-huh.
When I bought this GH2, so let me start a little bit earlier. So the other important thing, not only does the GH5 do 4K, but its bit rate for recording is wonderful. And like 4K is one thing, but the bit rate for how much information the camera takes in per second is also really important. And so, for example, the AF100 has a max bit rate of like 24 megabits per second, which means it cannot take in a lot of information. But The upside to that is you get really long shoots. You know, a 64 gig card can last you 8 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas the GH5 has a mode that's like 150 megabits per second, which is a ton of information. You can get incredibly sharp images, but that 64 gigabyte card is only going to give you an hour and a half worth of record time, which are the ups and downs of it. So I need to figure out how I can match my camera and your camera for a prereq to make them look similar, and I can dumb down the GH5 to only shoot at 24 megabits per second, which would be close to the GH2, or I can use the GH2 to its fullest and not necessarily intended potential. Panasonic were being a bit of goobers when they came out with the GH2, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sensor in the GH2 is actually a really killer sensor, and they use it in other higher end, more expensive cameras. And instead of making a new sensor to put in their, you know, kind of prosumer camera, they just throttled it. The dickheads. So, out of the box, the GH2 only records at a bitrate of 24 about megabits per second. But they have hacks that you can install into the camera, patches that will open up the full 100 to 150 megabits per second. It's this because it's the same sensor that they use in their high-end cameras.
Yeah.
And this whole community has grown around messing with the source code of the GH2, which is why I bought it when I did buy it, because when I bought it, the GH3 was out, but Panasonic had already figured out that people were hacking the GH2, so they fixed the exploit. So the GH2 can get similar bit rates to their new GH5, which is amazing, right? And so I've been going back to the hacking forums for the GH2, and they have a new one that's out that's a solid 150 megabits per second that will match my GH5. And so what I'm hoping is that the new hack for this camera with a similar lens will look just as good as my GH5 when we shoot it cross. So like when I cut from your close-up to my close-up, it will look approximately the same detail level.
Okay.
Which, you know, obviously, like we're gonna find out. It's gonna be tough, but so I have to take that home tonight so I can tinker with that and do some test shots with it. Jack, I'm literally falling asleep. Yep. This. These are the things that I'm really excited about. Like, and I know no one cares. Like, they just want to hear me talk about, you know, like, this movie sucks or that movie's good.
Han Solo.
Right. And it's like I'm trying to talk to you about the actual production, the process of creativity in the real life, and then no, let's talk about Han Solo. You dickheads. It's fine. I'm going to talk about this because this is what I care about.
I have to get rid of this card now because that card is going to be completely fucking useless from here on out.
What is that Clash? It can only be played if every other card in your hand.
I got this pyramid, so that I'm never going to be able to use this.
Sure. Yeah, that's just taking up space then. Absolutely. So in any case, if you go to, if you can look up, and you can get GH2s for relatively cheap, especially compared to the old ones, and you know, just start Googling, you know, GH2. I use the Driftwood hack. So if you look up Panasonic GH2 Driftwood hack, there are forums and downloads dedicated to like opening up the sensor in the GH2 to get images and video that you would not believe. They actually hacked the interface so you can open up the ISO to ridiculous levels. It's almost a night vision camera. Like you can see in the dark with it because they've figured out a way to tinker with the sensor. It's beautiful.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. What's the moral? That's a great question, Chernobyl Kidsman. What is the moral difference between that and NES ROMs? This while this does void my warranty, there is no law against tinkering with the software.
That is now a great card. Is that card ever going to disappear? Wait, no, it should.
No, this card stays, but whatever card you draw, you exhaust. So you can only use once. Right?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I own the camera, and so like tinkering with the operating system and how it functions will void the warranty, but is not illegal. So, in any case, it's different. I'm gonna be messing around with it, and tinkering a lot in the next couple of days to try to figure out, to make sure that Rich and I, get a nice looking previously recorded. I got us a little sign.
Yeah.
I got us a little sign for the set, for our high quality set.
What's my attack? 42. Jack, my attack is 42.
Oh my god!
My strength is 42.
You're gonna deal 48 damage with one. That's amazing. First of all, that's amazing. I don't know Camixian. I don't have a GH4. I've seen videos from GH4, and I like Panasonic. I'm a Panasonic person. I've always had their cameras, and I've always been happy with their performance.
I now need good shield cards.
Yeah.
There are none available to buy. Oh, so it's half decent.
I'm sorry. Shrug it off. Those are nice. 8 block and draw a card. Help cycle through.
Is there anything I really... Yeah, we're removing that. That's going to do me no good now.
Yeah, just get rid of it then. Wasting space. Support small businesses. Yep. Why not Canon? I know. Like there's Canon and what's the big one? Was Canon like the first big DSLR to be used in for video? Or was that no, that wasn't Nikon. Yeah, I came from using Panasonic film cameras, and then I was just comfortable with their operating system, and they've never.
That's actually a hard choice.
Ooh, choose one. Yeah, but one of 20, right?
Well, I could use some good defense.
Sure.
I need something like Barricade. It'd be nice.
Yeah. The Canon 5D. Yeah, that's it. The Canon 5D was the first big DSLR. But yeah, I just kind of always came from Panasonic, so you use what you know.
Nothing that's gonna help me. Well, fuck.
Yeah, you can you go back?
Yeah, I think it's too late.
Yeah. You can get another Shrug It Off, get a little more defense and draw another card. You could... Enemy loses 2 strength. Ugh, weak. Wait, create a copy of an attack or power card.
I don't have any card that's really good with.
Okay.
Shrug it off. Why not? I guess
It's a safe. That's a milk toast, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Rich, please give me Dead Rising help.
What kind of help do you need?
How I get good.
What makes you so sure you're not helpless?
Ooh. Oh, this fucker. This fucker right here. Mr. Happy Life says, I like to imagine Jack as Rich's imaginary friend, schizophrenic vision, who lives in his head babbling about hacking cameras. Rich tries to ignore him and play his games. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really surprised Jack has stuck with Micro Four Thirds sensors. They're really good, but considerably smaller than APS-Cs. That's true. And, you know, that's actually one of, that's kind of part of the ecosystem with, you know, the cameras and their lenses, which is, you know, like I started with Panasonic, so all of my lenses have Micro Four Thirds mounts. And while the sensor size is smaller, I haven't, in viewing examples online, I haven't really noticed a difference. And remember, I'm not shooting for movies. I'm not shooting for cinema. I'm shooting for YouTube and sometimes for TV, but mostly for YouTube. So I just don't need the power. What's more important with me, you know, especially something like the GH5 is great because it has dual SD slots. It has upgradable battery slots. They've switched a lot of it around to be more focused on workhorsing, which I really appreciate. They've completely gotten rid of that little pop-up flash because no one ever used it. So just save the battery, save the headache. And they've added a ton of options in the menus just to completely tweak your video experience. I like tech stuff, but it clearly isn't playing very well in the room. This is where we got today. This is what we got, so guess what? You just go with it. You just gotta go with it. The Grim Panda says, this reminds me of when, like, Karen just ignores Rich when he does something in a video game.
Why? I got nothing to add about the technical aspects of this or that. I just... We got 4 minutes.
4 more minutes, people. You can do
4 minutes.
You can do it.
Do I want a relic?
Could be good. I mean,
No.
sometimes relics have
hold
negatives.
on to my money.
Yeah, fair. I want to see every once in a while. Like, have you ever gotten the Jax card?
Yeah.
I want to see what that is.
You lose health and gain strength, I believe.
Oh no, I want to, because for that.
Oh, for
you
him,
you need the Jax card.
I've never had that while I ran into him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one too. I've never had this. I've never had the golden idol.
It's probably really good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't want to do any of these. Where's my health at? Rest.
Rest it up. All right. Oh,
this game is so brutal. This game is absolutely brutal.
That's true. That's very true. Let's see here. Edo Kendo says, I thought the Cloverfield paradox was stinky. I wonder if straight to Netflix could become a pejorative like straight to video. Will studios dumping their trash onto streaming become a new trend? Netflix paid a lot of money for the Cloverfield paradox. Mm-hmm. And apparent rumor has it that they still want to release it in theaters. Universal.
Yeah.
And so, but you know, Netflix wanted that exclusivity period, so they paid a lot of money for it, and apparently it's a big stinker.
Shit happens.
It could be a dumping ground for a little bit until Netflix wises up. Netflix is already pivoting to original content, so the question is, where will their original content be that of direct-to-video quality? Will, you know, like their Altered Carbon, which was basically meh, Blade Runner. That's a perfect direct-to-video canon movie. Yeah, Bright was dumb. Bright was the dumb. What do we got here? Bruno Monster 87 says, "Hey, Rich and Jack, you guys are great. Thanks for all the entertainment on Prereq and other RLM shows. Hope this helps along the way to make more and more content." You know, Bruno Monster, it does. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. That keeps us going. You know what? It keeps us trudging through the snow to come in. Keeps. Today started off really awful weather-wise. I actually texted you earlier today just to be like, weather sucks. Let's call it a snow day. But when it got around to the afternoon, the sun came out, snow started melting a little bit. It turned out not so bad. But today started out sucky. Yeah, Bright the Will Smith movie. The Dum Dum. Just an utter failure on most every level. An utter failure on most every single level. There's a lot I can say about it, but people have already said their piece about it. If you guys watch Lindsay Ellis et al., I want to say that's her name. She has a really fantastic episode on Bright and its failure at world building, which I found to be really... It did a really great job of kind of breaking down exactly the things that Bright did to break its own established world. It's great. What do we got here? Oh, Rich says Chicken McButtocks. Thank you, Chicken McButtocks, by the way. That's a very generous tip. Rich says, Rich, congratulations on the no death run.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to both for everything you do. That's great. So I know it was a successful no death run.
Yes, it was.
Dead Rising 2. Was it also a perfect run?
Yes.
You saved everyone you could possibly save.
Yes.
That's
and did all of their side missions.
Amazing.
The only thing I didn't do was make it from level 1 to level 50 as far as ranking my character up. I could have grinded near the end, but I was streaming for like 11 and a half hours.
Yeah, that's 11
so
and a half
I could have done it. But I did everything I set out to do. So.
But like, that wouldn't have saved another
person.
That
No.
That just would have been a fully fleshed out character.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd come in every once in a while just to check on you, just to see if you're still alive. He's still going. Still going.
Still going.
It was like 1 in the morning, and I was like ready to go to bed. I was like, he's still fucking going. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's great. Congratulations, Rich. What's next? Well, or are you not even thinking about it?
I'm not even thinking about it.
What'd you do? What'd you get?
Nothing super exciting.
Okay.
Well, maybe super exciting.
Oh yeah?
I need to upgrade it first before it's worth anything.
Okay.
All right. I've got the thing. You see how my hand keeps getting just larger and larger?
Yeah.
I've got a card. I just picked up a card that when I upgrade it, only when I upgrade it, it upgrades every card in my hand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be awesome.
Yeah, that could be super awesome.
That could be super awesome.
But I'll die because my health is constantly getting whittled down. That's how this game works.
Of course.
I'm never going to get to the point where I can use it.
That's every roguelike, though.
Right, is there any option to not play this game?
Apparently not.
Oh, I lost health. Presumably. 9! Oh, that's... Fuck this game.
Let's see here. Anonymous says, "Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
I just recently bought all the seasons of Rick and Morty. I really like it. My favorite aspect is the seemingly improvised dialogue, especially with the interdimensional cable.
Yeah.
Fave Rick and Morty episode?
It's hard to pick a favorite Rick and Morty episode. I like many of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
That's all. Okay, that's what you got. That's fine. That's fine. That's fair. Lloyd Beat said, I've been playing the recently out of early access Subnautica, and it's goddamn magical. It's a survival game where you crash land on an alien ocean, fantastic crafting, and emergent story. It's great.
Okay.
I have heard that about Subnautica. I'm not sure it's a game.
Oh, that is upgraded. I must have bought the upgraded version. Oh, maybe I got one of my relics upgrades skills I buy.
Whenever you play a power, it randomly upgrades a card in your hand. No, not that one.
No, it makes it cost 0.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Skill card. Oh, nice.
Whenever you play a skill, it randomly upgrades something.
Nice.
Great. That's fantastic.
What's in my hand? Is there anything? What's in my discard pile?
You only have 5 cards in your discard pile.
That's irritating.
What do I think of LaCroix Kiwi Sandia? All of the LaCroix skinny cans are great. The skinny tall cans, all of those double flavor ones are great. If I'm going for, the standard LaCroix, I'm a fan of lime LaCroix. That'd probably be my favorite, standard flavor. It's lime. Oh my god, look at all those upgraded cards. That's beautiful.
I actually just need more attack cards in general now.
Mm-hmm.
Good time to double my strike? Yeah, let's double my strike now. It's going to cost me nothing.
Right. Nice. Nice. What do we got here? Purple Space Bazooka says, hey guys, Rich.
Yes.
This is in honor of your epic Dead Rising 2 run.
Thank you.
Spend it on Star Wars, Cheez-Its, and Diet Coke. Or not, it's up to you. Also, if you haven't seen it, check out Shin Godzilla. Lots of fun. That is on my list. The Godzilla movie made over in Japan.
Oh yeah,
recently. It's supposed to be a good one. It's supposed to be a good time. On my list of things I want to see.
I'm liking this deck.
Do it. Take it all the way. Take it to the top.
No, I'll just here. If I beat this guy, we're gonna go switch to Injustice.
Take it to the top.
We'll take a vote.
Okay.
We'll take a vote.
That's fair. One Kuru says, I just moved back to the good old US of A. I'm paying $2 to hear Jack say, fuck Germany, with emphasis.
Why?
Apparently they did not like living in Germany, and now they're back in the US of A.
Okay.
That's
a poor reason for us to insult the whole country.
Well, I was just reading the tip. I have no ill will towards Germany. In fact, the time I spent there, I had a lovely time.
Well, I have ill will towards World War II era Germany.
Well,
but
sure, but that's not
currently. No.
Well, sure, Rich. I'm sure there was plenty of times in history where I would not want to go there, but the time I did spend there, it was lovely. Let's see here. Anonymous says, fellow gearhead here, I unironically enjoyed that camera discussion. Fuck you, Chad. Thank you, Anonymous. I know and I get it. It's not... Do you know why people like talking about pop culture, Rich?
Why, Jack? Why is that?
Because it's pop culture. It is the popular thing in everyone's life. So everybody kind of knows about it. That's why people like Star Wars and talking about, the big thing because everyone knows about it. So when I talk about it, or when you talk about it, when anyone talks about it, they can get inside. But I'm talking about a very niche and specific, specialized craft thing.
Oh, it is.
So not everyone can get into it. So I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it all. Alpaca Death Trap says, my favorite thing about a Rich solo stream is picturing a guy randomly popping in and trying to figure out why 500 people are watching a middle-aged man silently play a game for 11 and a half hours.
Yeah.
Someone had no idea who you are, and they're like, wow, this guy has a lot of viewers. He's not really saying much. That's so weird.
I know.
It's not so weird.
Okay. That turn's done.
Got a nice tangerine LaCroix. You know, I'm okay with any of the orange flavored LaCroix as well. Tangerine, orange. Those are fine as well.
So my hand is actually full. It won't let me have any more cards.
So wait, what do you have here? 3, 6, 10 cards is the most?
Yeah.
That's really funny. So you cannot fill your entire hand with your entire deck.
Yes.
That's good to know.
I actually don't know what... I don't even know what to do right now.
Right? Take a moment. Take a breather. Read all the cards.
I want to wait a little bit on limit break.
Sure. You're growing attack every turn?
I'm getting 3 attack every turn.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can wait a couple more turns. LaCroix is good, but it costs more than it should. You know, and there are off-brand LaCroix that are slightly cheaper, but I mean, you know, here in Wisconsin, you can get a 12-pack of LaCroix for $5. And if you compare that with a 12-pack of, you know, soda, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, and of course no sugar, no calories. And so it's a healthier option, and especially for those of us who maybe like soda or beer and are looking for a calorie-free replacement, that's where LaCroix really shines. Is you just want something fizzy to drink, but you don't want the sugar. That's why I love LaCroix. It scratches that itch where it's like, I need something fizzy. I need a soda. I need a beer, or I can have a LaCroix. Oh my god, you have 48 attack. Yes, Rich is becoming a murder monster. Here.
I'm fucking juiced. 60 damage, it's just a normal strike card. Yes! Yes!
You took him down so... That's amazing, Rich. You're doing great.
I am doing great.
You're doing great.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. Let's double my strength again, Jack. Let's double it again. 108.
So wait, what's the base? What's the base strike now? 87 damage. I think you're gonna win. Don't look now, Rich.
I've got a good deck.
You have a good tackle. Look at that.
Owned!
Perfect. He didn't hit you once.
I think he got some wax in, but not enough. Well, maybe he didn't.
No,
Wow.
it said perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rich, I kind of think you got to keep going with this. We can play Injustice, right?
Let's take a straw poll. Let's take a. I'm serious. Let's take a straw
Okay,
poll.
I know everyone wants Injustice, but this just
Oh my god!
what? Exhaust your hand, deal 7 damage for each exhausted card.
Your hand. That shit adds up.
But exhaust your hand.
That's the killing blow. Once I get my strength up, every card's gonna be worth like 30.
And then if you had
Yes!
10 cards in your hand, you could do 300 damage.
In theory. In theory.
You're right. I mean, you're right. I'm keeping an eye on the straw poll vote. So vote what you want. This is Act 3, by the way. So by the way, just to make sure you're aware, this is the last level.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, just for everyone in chat, this was the last level here. So far, it is 54% with continue with this run.
Okay.
So that is what we are at so far. It's gone up to 57%. 58% want you to continue the run. We are at 60% continue the run. I say that's almost a major majority. So I say keep going, Rich. Boom. Yep, we are at over 60%. There's no electoral college with straw polls. Get out of town. That's a funny joke. I get it. Jack, talk more about cameras. No. The big question, and I won't get too in-depth into cameras, is, you know, the important thing for me is matching Rich and I's close-ups. And so, like, my GH5 will be great when I'm just shooting single camera for, you know, commercial work or my online videos. But because we're going to shoot in a 3-camera setup, I think my GH2 and GH5 will match close enough once I up the bitrate on my GH2 to 100 megabits per second like my GH5. So the close-ups of me and Rich should match pretty good. Then choosing which camera I use for the wide is going to be a bit of a gamble. You know, here at the studio we have more AF100s, which, you know, those are fine cameras, but they only have a bit rate of 24 or 28 megabits per second, and so there is going to be a clear quality difference between that and the DSLRs.
You didn't miss on Injustice. It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. What would you recommend as a good starter camera for someone with no real filming experience at all? Your phone. Because you probably already have a very nice camera on your cell phone. Most people do. If you're thinking about just, you know, filming shorts, filming the world around you, maybe get a little a nice little monopod for your phone and start filming on that, because it's nice cameras on that. Jack's Camera Talk is my new Ambien. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. It's Sunday night. We all got work tomorrow, so let's Let's, wrap it up early. But for your first camera, just try to make it as cheap as possible. Whatever you use, try to make it as cheap as possible. There's a lot of nice cameras out there, but you will learn as you go along, and then you will learn what kind of camera you need. There are plenty of cheap DSLRs out there, but they can get expensive really quick. You talk about lenses, you talk about battery upgrades, you talk about all the SD cards you need, you talk about the hard drive space to hold all that footage. Costs can compound really easily before you even know if you like shooting. So start with your phone and
just because I'm gonna drag this out one more turn, just because I want to see how much damage that does. I know he's gonna respawn. I don't
exhaust your hand. Well, wait. So right now, it's 10 damage per, right?
I just want to see the big number.
Okay, sure.
This should be it.
That's it.
Look at this!
67 damage.
That's the boss killer.
Yes.
That's the boss slayer, motherfucker.
So how many cards do you have in your hand right now?
A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
670 damage.
Let's take a look at this number. Oh, he only had 55 left.
That's beautiful, Rich.
That's the deck. That's the deck.
Yeah. You might have just done it. Would you recommend renting cameras before buying them?
It does damage for exhausted cards, not cards in your hand. No, it exhausts all of the cards in your hand and turns them into damage.
Yes. So he had 10 cards in his hand. He exhausted all of them, doing 670 damage, which is insane. Renting can work, but usually, you're paying. You're paying for the time, and then that time is going to be spent learning that camera. More so if you have a friend or acquaintance who will just let you play around with it for a couple of hours for free. If you just can, find someone to say, hey, I'm looking to see if I want to buy this camera. Can I help you on your shoot? Can I just come to where you are and goof around with it and shoot some stuff for a little bit just to see if I like it? The name of the game is don't spend money. Okay, where are we here? Where are we here? Blau79 says, hey Jack, I teach a middle school television program. Which cheap cameras should I try and convince my principal to buy me? Our current studio cams are from 1996 and use VHSs.
This should be 70 damage. He's got 65 health. Oh, I miscalculated. That's going to hurt.
Uh-oh.
Ah, well.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
You know what? You know why our math is wrong?
Huh.
That card doesn't.
That card doesn't count.
That card doesn't count. So
well,
you have to multiply it by 9.
We've learned something.
That was an expensive lesson right there.
Yeah, I can heal. We can deal.
Okay, we can deal. Which cheap camera should I try and convince my principal to buy me for a middle school television program? Look, depending, if you have multi-camera setups, look at the outputs. You want to make sure they're full HDMI, so they'll be easily output to however. I don't know how your system works, but just make sure that you can send a signal out of them easy. And if the point of them is to teach kids how cameras work, you know, maybe one with a lens that you can manipulate would be fun. The AF100s, the Panasonic AF100s with some cheaper lenses are workhorses. They do a great job. They have a full HDMI out, and they work great. But there's a lot of options, and I just don't know all your particulars. You can email us. Email me at prereq@redlettermedia, and give me some more specifics, and maybe I can help you with your purchasing predicament. This talk is as boring as an AF100. That's true. It's a boring camera. It's not a sexy camera. All the complaining about my camera talk just really makes me want to talk more about the camera talk.
I know.
Yeah. I'm getting, but people are also asking, so. Where are we? Odd Trick says, here's $5 towards Rich not playing Injustice tonight. If you get bored of Slay the Spire, you could play Friday the 13th.
No. We've promised.
We have promised, and, you know, this is, 34 times 1, 2. Oh no, you're not doing it. Okay. Oh, I suppose, yeah. He's not attacking this round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moose Skirdu says, Rich, I never would have played FTL if not for you. I assume that's a compliment. Jack, you got not only me, but my fiance hooked on The Binding of Isaac. Now you nerds have me playing this deck-building game. Please stop.
I'm sorry you found enjoyable things because of us.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna do? We keep you know, showing you things that you enjoy, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you're ready. Goodbye.
All right, give me healing. Please give me healing.
Real Rob Rose, yes, we are going to play.
That's worth it.
That's absolutely
worth it.
We are going to play the story mode of Injustice, yes.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the fun of the game, right? Is like seeing the story unfold. So that's the plan, is to play the story mode of Injustice. Los Curo says, here's my first tip. Mr. Hack and Mr. Fraud. Once, when I was a child, my little sister got us kicked out of a movie for laughing too hard. Rich, has your laugh ever had you evicted? Also,
evicted?
Also, fuck this up. From a movie theater.
No.
I've gotten some dirty looks before. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, you laugh at an inappropriate moment, and you know, some people who are into the feeling of the movie don't find that too nice. But you've never been kicked out of a movie theater before?
No.
Okay. Great.
Never in my life have I ever been removed from a movie theater. It's gonna hurt, but that's my strat. It's the strength.
Yeah. That's the strat. Prumer, I'm not going to talk any more camera talk. And I probably don't even remember what my first camera Well, it was my first real camera. DV camera. Might have been a Canon. Like my first, you know, like everyone had a VHS camera like at home, but like the first camera that I got to shoot stuff that wasn't like a, you know, an over-the-shoulder VHS camera was probably everyone had that one camera, the Canon. Maybe it was a Panasonic. I don't remember. How about I don't remember. Let's see here. The Grim Panda says, "Hey guys, so I know The Shape of Water was a letdown, and Bright was pretty, but recently Netflix released The Ritual. It's a pretty good horror movie, and I would highly recommend it to you too." Well, Rich does not necessarily care for horror.
Not really.
I've heard the name The Ritual, and I've heard good things about it. I don't know anything other than that, other than like, oh, The Ritual. Yeah, that's a good one. So I will look into that. I will look into watching The Ritual. I just didn't think so, Lloyd Beats. I had some issues with The Shape of Water, and I'm glad that you like it, and I'm not trying to take away your positive feelings from it. I just had some issues. No, I have not seen The Phantom Thread. I'm looking forward to it, though, as I enjoy... Who's that? Paul Thomas Anderson? I enjoy his work, so...
That's not worth using.
You defend? Well, what else you got?
3.
Huh?
3 block.
Oh, and they're hitting you for 19? Is this the boss?
No.
Oh, shit.
This game gets unfair, and you know it.
Well, it gets difficult.
It gets downright unfair. This game is not balanced especially well, I don't think.
You get those runs. Oh my god. My hand is full. My hand is full.
Alright, now it's time to start using some limit break.
Yeah.
25 per card. Alright, so...
But you gotta kill the little guy first.
I know.
I know you know. I'm just you know, for the audience maybe who doesn't know. Okay, so now it's 25 per card, and you have how many?
Let's see, it's 25 per card.
Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should do it.
You think?
Yeah.
Should I do the math?
Oh, I don't have enough enter. I gotta wait 1 turn anyway. Shit. That's gonna hurt.
20 damage? Fuck.
12.
Eh. Yeah, that's good. You did it. Okay, let's see here. Kamixian says, "Hello, Jack and Rich. Question. If two people have everything in common, does it dull the relationship? Or is there still room for excitement and growth?"
There's probably still room for excitement and growth.
Sure. You know, I think it's healthy to have a little bit of personality differences. So, you know, each person can help make the other the best possible. So I think having some differences is important. If you're exactly the same kind of people, it won't necessarily better either. Also gonna play the Dark Souls remaster.
Oh.
I'm planning on it. I am planning on it. I am going to play the Dark Souls remaster, yes. I think I would really like to make it through Dark Souls. After you know, loving Bloodborne as much as I did.
Right.
I'd like to kind of immerse myself in the world of Dark Souls, which so many people love. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, and I'm going to find some tissues.
Enemies in this game start doing just a comical amount of damage every turn.
Yes.
Comical.
Sorry about that. Having a bit of a booger situation. And I feel like a sneeze is right around the corner, and I just want to be prepared so I don't get my possible illness all over everywhere. Self-forming clay.
Fuck. That's a big hit.
Ooh, okay, Craig Nation says, Rich, congrats on the successful no death run.
Thank you.
Yep. Jack, I tried the 4-hour body diet based on your recommendation and have lost 10 pounds so far. Thanks for the heads up on that book. Well, congratulations, Craig Nation. Yeah. It gets tough sometimes, but it works. And really, this is something we've talked about before. Any diet will work as long as you stick with it.
I don't think Fire Fiend works on everyone. It's one individual enemy.
Yes.
So Fire Fiend won't work right now.
No, God, no. I mean, it'll kill one person, sure, but... Wait. Let me just read it one more time, Fire Fiend.
It's only doing 10 damage per card, and it's 9 cards.
Yeah.
It's not even enough to kill everyone.
Yeah, and that damage won't, you can't kill one, and that damage won't carry over to the next. That only works on one enemy.
Well, this sucks.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sarzak says, hey, Jack and Rich, longtime RLM fan here. Started with the Phantom Menace review. Who is just getting into pre-rec. Enjoying it so far. Any chance Rich could be convinced for retrying Final Fantasy VII?
No. I fucking hate that disgusting series. Go fuck yourself. Never ask that again.
Welcome to the previously recorded also. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Steel Dingleberry says, hi, Jack and Rich. Have some of my precious euros. The alcohol keeps me awake. I need to use some more characters. Fuck. Jack, do you enjoy any particular scotches or whiskeys in general? I don't know. I'm sure I've had scotch before, but I don't know. Whiskey, I like all sorts of whiskey. I was just talking about enjoying rye whiskey. Very smooth and flavorful. Not any particular rye whiskey.
Chad, Final Fantasy Tactics looks like the Banner Saga, but more boringer.
Yeah. Blanton's Great Bourbon. Ha ha ha. Whisker Cuddles, they're great. I mean, yeah. This time it's Lupus. Says, hey guys, I recently did the Patreon thing for Red Letter Media.
Yay!
I am now a Patreon, or a patrician. You are now a patron. A patrician. I feel like throwing my money at you hack frauds gives better returns than the goddamn stock market. Yeah, it's been a rough couple days for the stock market. Oh yeah, these guys are extra tough because you need to kill all three of them at the same time.
Close to the same time. It's not that finicky.
Patron is an alcohol. He's a patron.
Patron saint of alcohol?
The Patron is the patron saint of alcohol, yes. Lick My Love Bit says, hey, Jack, just got my multiverse cable installed and have been enjoying some great new shows. Batman Decline is good, about Bruce dealing with motor neurons disease. As is Die Hard 1870. Thanks. Multiverse cable. I don't get that.
What do you get?
I don't know. MC Lucas says, Rich, congrats on the perfect run.
Thank you.
The one health incident at the end was horrifying, but you pulled through.
Terrifying. Less than one. It was a glowing thing of health, which means that one health chunk is almost gone.
Oh my god. How did you,
Skill.
You came through with skill and grit? All of a sudden, Rich had 0 HP. Well, so it happens. So it happens. All right. Black Dynamite. Dynaformite. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Rich, do you know if Mike is going to do a review after the season finale of Star Trek Discovery? You and Mike going to do another?
No idea.
Any more episodes?
No idea.
Star Trek Discovery. You going to do any more episodes? D-Foo Forever says, Jack, if you guys ever have another board games stream, you should consider Burgle Bros. It's a fun Ocean 11 style heist game. I actually own Burgle Bros and have played it a couple times. It's very interesting. It wasn't as much fun as I was hoping.
It's gonna hurt, but fuck it.
Is this the boss?
No. Well, this is an elite who's in my way.
Yeah. Burgle Bros. So it's a game where you have room tiles, and you're a burglar, and there are guards that go to different room tiles, and you have to sneak your way around the guards using different tactics. I've only played it a couple times and haven't had a great amount of fun with it, but I can see the potential. I want to play it more. I want to play it more. And hopefully I will be able to. Let's see what we got here. Desk Raven 88 says, "Sup, guys? Thanks for making my night a little less boring. I had a question that's been pressing on my mind all day. And no, it does not involve horses. The question...
That's good.
Yeah. The question is, offered by one of America's greatest poets, is what if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger among us.
You should feel ashamed of yourself and your life and your ideas.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
My hand is full. Oh, God.
Oh, you're gonna die.
No, I'm not.
What's the math? 1, 2, 8. 45 times 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
360.
360.
So now 45 times 7.
Yeah.
315.
But he's vulnerable.
But he's vulnerable.
Oh, shit, I got... Oh, I got nothing. I'm doomed.
Oh, you're dead.
I don't have enough to cast it.
Oh. Goodbye. Goodbye, Rich.
Yeah.
It was a good run. It is time.
Yeah. This game is way too brutal.
F for Rich. Womp, womp, womp.
Well, I made it further than you did on stream.
No, I beat the second boss on stream.
That was on my way to the third.
Oh, well, then there you go. And then, there you go. Then you are correct.
I like that setup, but enemies just do way too much damage for you to be able to deal with it effectively.